Welcome all. Earlier we were using Turbo C. Now we will use another IDE. This IDE is called Dev C++. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. An integrated development environment is a facility, an application which primarily gives us three things. Number one, it gives us an editor in which we can write the source code. Number two, it gives us a builder or a compiler which will build or compile our source code. And it also gives us a debugger which assists us in debugging, in error finding in the program. There may or may not be additional features in an IDE, but usually we find these three features are there always in an IDE. This IDE, which is called Dev C++, has been especially made for running programs in C and C++. So if you write a program in C or you write a program in C++, it will run here. You can write it here as well as run it here and debug it here. In comparison to Turbo C or Turbo C++, it has additional features. It is user friendly. It has some things it will do by itself to assist you in coding. So first we go to file, new, then source file. So we have a new edit file in which we can write source code. So let us say, um, since we are studying loops, so let us say that we have to write a program to print, yeah, to find the sum of all natural numbers up to n, or sum of, let us write it like this, program to find the sum of n natural numbers, first n natural numbers. So the first n natural numbers, we have to add them up and give the sum. What is a natural number? uh, it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this. So it is positive integer starting from 1, so up to n, the n will be given by the user. So let us start writing the code. So first we will write hash include stereo.h. Then in this Dev C++, it is not required to write clear screen or get che. So we don't need to write hash include conio.h. We will directly go to main. Again we write int, instead of void main we write int main here. And int obviously means that this main function should return an integer. So we may at the end return either 0, or the compiler will itself take care, this editor will itself take care of that. So since this is int here, it means that this main function main should return an integer, So we can, here at the end of code, we can write return 0. So it is returning 0. It is returning 0, but obviously that is an integer. So we can keep it like this, or even if we don't write, the editor will take care of itself by itself. Okay, let us go here and let us first take n, and let us take another variable that will help us in loop, that we will use in loop. Let us ask the user that let us ask the user %d, comma, uh, sorry, we will ask him, please enter value of n, in other words, to which you have to add. So we can scan if that value %d %n, and we will get the value of n. Then we have to make some calculations. Since we have to add many things, we have to do this in an iterative manner. So we will use, for this we will use a loop. So we can write it, we will use a variable I, which we have already declared. Okay, so we have to start from 1, right? And we have to move up to n. So I should start at 1 and it should move less than or equal to n. Means that we have to stop at n, including n. Start at 1, stop at n. That is why we wrote it like this. And at every iteration we have to add 1. So I will write I plus plus, which means we have to add 1 at every iteration. So 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, like this. You can see here Dev C++ editor is helping in a way that it is adjusting things by itself. Um, and it is helping in formatting. Okay, now we are running a loop from 1 to n. Okay, and an increment of 1 every time. But what we have to do, we have to find the sum. So for finding the sum, let us take another variable, call it sum, 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 and in this sum, let us initially keep this sum value equal to 0. So then we can write sum equal to sum plus I. So this is a simple logic that what we are trying to do here. We are saying initially the value of sum is 0, then 0 will be added to I is 1, answer will be 1, that 1 will be stored in this sum, overwritten, because on the right hand side there is sum, on the left hand side there is sum. So the variable sum will be overwritten by 1. So that means after the first iteration, the value of sum will be 1. Then the loop will continue and I will become 2, and this 2 will be added to the previous value of sum, that is 1. So 1 plus 2 becomes 3. So the variable sum will be overwritten and it will store 3. Then next time the loop will become, I will become 3, and this will become 3 and previous value was 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So sum will store 6. So this is a way how we solve such problems. This is a common way, and we write a variable from left hand side and the same variable from right hand side, then adding or multiplying something so that we get the desired result. So for example, if the user says n is 3, So we will stop there and the answer will be 6. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So the sum of first three natural numbers will be 6. So this way we can calculate it. So once this loop is over, then we can print the answer. We can write printf the sum of the sum is, what is the sum? We can write percentage d, and then we can write here answer is sum. So in this way we can uh, solve this problem. So let us save the program. We can save it anywhere. For example, we are saving it in documents. Since this is a, let us call it NAT sum, natural number sum dot. So it will be a C file. So we will store it as a nat sum dot C. So let us go here, execute. Let us first compile this program and see. There are no errors and no warnings. So let us run this program. So it is asking for a value of n. For example, if I put 5 here, the answer should be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So if we see, that will be 15. I can again go here and run this program. I can now directly run this program. No need to compile it again. So we can put, for example, I put 4. The sum should be 10. So it is 10.